One of the easiest ways to exercise our First Amendment right that has been utilized time and time again is the boycott. You might have used this powerful tool in the past. Considering brands and corporations rely solely on consumer spending, what better way to immobilize their supply by ceasing demanding? Us consumers hold all the power, but how are we exerting it? Well, if you've been active on Facebook, Twitter, or TikTok in the past 2 days, you've probably heard that people are considering boycotting Netflix. While the idea of boycotting this massively consumed company is not new, the reason is, in the past, consumers have said they'd consider boycotting due to high monthly fees, and even trigger warnings being added to content. However, after the co-founder, Reed Hastings, donated $7 million to Kamala Harris' presidential campaign, conservative-leaning consumers are taking to social media, and they are threatening to unsubscribe from the largest streaming platform in existence. It's too soon to say whether this boycott will have much effect on the platform, especially considering it's not the first time it's been discussed. In this video, I'll provide the facts so you can predict the outcome of this bold boycott attempt on your own. To put things into perspective, here are the dominating statistics of Netflix. In 2023, they generated over $33 billion in revenue, a year-on-year increase of over 6%. Out of that revenue, $14 billion came from North America alone. Also in 2023, an increase in net income of over 20% from the previous year earned them over $5 billion. Today, Netflix holds a strong statistical lead amongst all other streaming services in almost every category. Only Prime Video beats it in library size. Taking the stats into account, a successful boycott against Netflix would take serious consumer collaboration. Yet considering the political reasoning behind this go-around of threats to cease viewership, the cause may be too polarizing to affect the company significantly. In my opinion, regardless of politics, I'd be happy to see Netflix prices return to pre-inflated rates. Unfortunately for our wallets, we all seem to be addicted to the platform, and us content junkies end up paying whatever price they throw at us. According to a study by Civic Science, when Netflix mentioned a potential price rise due to the writer strike in 2023, 39% of subscribers said they would probably cancel their subscription if this were to happen. But prices did rise, and I'm sure I don't have to remind you of the statistics from earlier. For further perspective, let's take a look at boycotts in history. It wouldn't be appropriate to cover boycotts without giving praise to the one that sparked a long-needed social revolution. Following the arrest of Rosa Parks on December 1, 1955, was a 13-month boycott of Montgomery buses. The long protest, which begun with fearless action by an extraordinary woman and was coordinated by the Montgomery Improvement Association, ended with the U.S. Supreme Court ruling segregation on public buses as unconstitutional. This was an extraordinary success case led by determination and drastic need for change. But times have changed. Consumerism and polarization are stronger than ever before. An example more relevant to the proposed Netflix boycott would be Bud Light beer. You either love it, hate it, or aren't old enough to know yet. But surprisingly, the taste has nothing to do with the attention it received last year. In fact, it was a product endorsement from Dylan Mulvaney, a transgender influencer, which brought backlash and boycott threats to the company from prominent members of the conservative community. With big names such as Kid Rock, Ted Nugent, and House Rep Marjorie Taylor Greene calling fans and supporters to buy their beer elsewhere, they were surprisingly successful. With so many factors going into a company's sales, it's hard to pinpoint exactly where the decrease came from. While following the controversy, the company saw a 30% decrease in sales. They also failed to be consistent in their support for the transgender community, leading to outrage from leftist activists. If for some reason, Netflix manages to upset the left amid their current controversy with the right, they might have trouble coming their way. Although to me it seems unlikely that Netflix is going anywhere or changing anytime soon, I am curious to see what you think will happen in the comments down below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to stay in the loop. Until next time, this has been 5 Minute Facts.